Hello everyone, Aman here from Mr. Phone, and in this video I review the Realme Narzo 30 5G. So let's go ahead with the ups and downs. And this ups and downs is a new format that I'm trying for reviews, and I have already done it in the Galaxy M32 review. So guys, definitely let me know your suggestions, what you think of it in the comments below. And yeah, before we proceed, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet, and also hit that bell icon so that you're notified whenever we post a brand new video. The Narzo 30 5G comes in a single variant, that is 6GB RAM plus 128GB storage, and you can purchase it for about 16,000 rupees. This gets an up because for the asking price, the specs are solid. You get support for 7 5G bands, which easily makes it one of the well-equipped and affordable 5G smartphones in the country. And most importantly, because there's only a single variant on offer, this definitely makes the purchase decision so much easier. One more thing that gets an up are the triple slots on this phone, which allows you to use 2 nano SIMs along with getting expandable storage up to 1TB if you need. On top of that, there's a USB-C port for charging and transfer, standard stuff, and the headphone jack is also present here. In terms of design and build, once again an up. So this is the racing silver colorway, and I like this V design a lot, which is a little flashy, but I dig it. But no denying the rear picks up dust very easily, and yeah, this is a plastic construction along with a plastic frame that you're seeing here. Otherwise, buttons are clicky and the side mounted fingerprint sensor works flawlessly. Coming over to the front, and before I talk about the display quality, there is something here that gets it down. I'm talking about no oleophobic coating on the front glass, and while there is Panda King glass protection up top, having no oleophobic coating means the screen gets smudged very easily. With that said, the display quality gets an up. The 6.5-inch Full HD IPS LCD panel offers good color reproduction, decent viewing angles, 90Hz refresh rate, and Realme claims this panel can reach peak brightness levels of up to 600 nits. And while I don't have the tools to confirm the claim, I can say that practically the phone does get plenty bright for indoors as well as outdoor usage. At the same time, if this phone had a Super AMOLED display, that would have just sweetened the entire deal. I mean, don't get me wrong, this IPS LCD panel here is really good, but what about a 90Hz Super AMOLED panel if this phone had one? Let me know in the comments. Next is the hardware. So the Narzo 30 5G is powered by the Dimensity 700 chipset from MediaTek, which gets an up. So the chipset is powerful enough to handle any sort of day-to-day tasks with ease. On top of that, the chipset was also able to play graphics-intensive games such as Asphalt 9 Legends and Call of Duty Mobile with ease. However, not being able to play both COD Mobile and Asphalt at 60 FPS gets a down, and MediaTek definitely needs to look into this, guys, because I do think that the chipset can very well handle the load. Then why isn't there support? Okay, in terms of sounds and vibrations, haptics gets a down, and I know I shouldn't expect a lot when it comes to haptics in this budget, but then again, it is a part of the whole experience. In terms of audio performance, there's a single bottom firing speaker, and this is how it sounds like. Besides this, wired audio performance as well as wireless audio performance was really good, so this gets an up. On top of that, a good addition is the real sound technology that gives you 4 different sound modes to choose from. Next up is software, and you're getting Realme UI 2.0 atop Android 11 here. This gets an up. I've said 1,000 times that Realme UI is one of the highly customizable skins, which looks very close to stock Android as well. And speaking of aesthetics, I love the small tweaks in Realme UI that make it an amazing skin, such as the ability to play around with the icon size and shape. Smart Sidebar is a clever addition to keep your most used apps handy. Then there are screen off gestures, especially the one that lets me turn on the flash. However, spam notifications and a few pre-installed apps get a down, and by spam notifications, I mean apps like Browser and Hey Fun kept on trolling me with unwanted notifications. The good part though is that you can disable notifications and uninstall the apps that you don't need. But thankfully there were no ads, and this gets a huge thumbs up. The 5000 mAh battery under the hood also gets an up. With medium to heavy usage, I could easily use this phone for around 1.5 to 2 days with about 7 to 8 hours of screen on time, which is great. What's not great is the 18-watt charger, which takes about 2 hours to fully charge the device. This gets down. In terms of RAM management, the 6GB RAM was more than enough to hold about 12 to 13 medium to heavy apps in the memory with ease. Additionally, you can also use the phone's storage to expand the RAM by up to 5GB. This gets an up, and I would say definitely use this feature. I mean, it noticeably improves RAM management. In terms of optics, 3 cameras at the rear, a 48 megapixel main lens, the star of the show, and a couple of 2 megapixel black and white and macro sensors, which we can ignore. At the front, there's a 16 megapixel snapper for selfies. For the most part, in ample lighting, the 48 megapixel main camera clicked good photos both indoors and outdoors, and this gets an up. Now the colors are a bit on the vibrant side, but for the price point, this phone clicks good photos overall, and honestly, I like the output. Although it does tend to struggle when dealing with shadows, that is the dark areas, something that I've seen with quite a few Realme phones in the past as well. So I don't know if this can be fixed via a software update or not. The 2 megapixel macro camera is passable, nothing special about it. Daylight selfies turned out pretty well, and this gets an up. Details were good, and skin tones, while not accurate, did look just fine. I mean, I like the output, and that's the main point, right? But coming to photos taken in dim lighting, well, that's where this phone struggled a bit, as sometimes the output turned out grainy while sometimes details looked soft. This gets down, and as you can see, the exposure part is handled well. But then again, I wasn't quite satisfied with the overall details in the output. In terms of video recording, the 1080p 30fps sample exhibited good details and vibrant colors. The footage had minimal shakes, even the movements were smooth, and dynamic range was also decent. Now there's an ultra steady mode as well, which crops into the main sensor to capture a more stable footage. But as you can see, in terms of stabilization, I couldn't make out much of a difference because both output turned out pretty much the same to me. Okay, right now I'm shooting the selfie video sample on the Realme Narzo 35G. This is a 1080p 30fps sample, and this is the max this phone can do. So let me know what you guys think about the output. This is how the output looks like. And let me know how does the stabilization look like. Let me know how does the audio sound. Since this phone only has one mic, there is no secondary noise cancelling mic, or at least I can't see one. So yeah, that's about it for the selfie video sample. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Cheers. The ups and downs are on your screens right now, along with the pros and cons. In a nutshell, the Realme Narzo 35G is one of the most complete smartphones that you can buy at a reasonable budget. It got the looks, it got the raw power, the display is good, the battery life is decent, and most importantly, the 5G factor. If I'm not wrong, this is one of the very few 5G smartphones in about 15 to 16,000 rupees that comes with several 5G bands support. Heck, not even many high-end smartphones come with this kind of support. So if you're looking for a future-proof 5G device on a budget, go for this one. And that was my review of the Realme Narzo 35G. So guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And as always, for all the latest in tech, stay tuned to Mr. Phone. Thank you for watching.